These are my top 6 video games when I was growing up in the 80s and the 90s. At number 1, we have Lemmings. This was always a fun game. This is not the original copy I had here. I would play this game at a friend's house. He had a PC, which was something we didn't have growing up, or at least not initially. And it was so much fun having these little things moving across the screen. You pick what they would do, explode, make a ladder, do whatever sorts of silly things they would do to get from one side of the level to the other. It still holds up pretty well today. Coming up next, we have Doom, the original Doom. For its time, it was mind-blowing. We hadn't seen anything like this. I remember sitting at a friend's house, going through all the levels, getting all the weird different guns, how super violent it looked. Today's standards is nothing at all, but it was always a classic and remains a classic. Tiger Heli for the NES. Some of you might be wondering, why did I pick this one? Well, it was one of those games that I could play with my cousin, actually. We would rent these games. Yes, you used to rent these games from a store back in the day. And we would get these kind of games where we could play together, take turns, and just honestly have a good old time. I never got super far, but I always enjoyed it. A true classic, we have Rampage. This is the NES version. This was the version that I grew up playing. And this, well, technically in the arcade port. I always loved it. I would pick one of the 3 characters, go around eating the soldiers, smashing the buildings, and just seeing how long I can last. I remember this, at least for me at the time when I played it in the arcade, it was great because you lasted a long time for the amount of money you put in the machines. If you haven't seen this game before, where have you been living? This is Sonic 2, not for resale, just like pretty much every other copy. So I played this when I got my Genesis Model 2 new. I was blown away. Back in the day, we were playing a lot of like slower games, and this was Sonic. He was fast, he had tails. It was just mind-blowing to see, and I really enjoy the game to this day. My last game are, well, a double pack, the Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt. This is one of the first games I remember playing. I for sure did play some ColecoVision games, but I think it was pretty similar around the same time. This is a classic. I always love playing Mario Bros, but one of my favorites was Duck Hunt, and it just holds up today. If you don't have a copy, you're not a real gamer. And those are my top 6. What are yours? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. Leave a like, and oh, consider subscribing to the channel. Have a great day, everybody.